Early in April, Americans were confronted with this sight. The bodies of COVID-19 victims being buried in a trench. All had no known relatives or were too poor to attend a funeral. By Saturday, the US had recorded more than 2,000 deaths in one day, the most anywhere in the world. At the same time, President Donald Trump started increasing attacks on the World Health Organization.
They called it wrong. They called it wrong. They missed the call. They could have called it months earlier. They would have known. And they should have known. And they probably did know. So we'll be looking into that very carefully. And we're going to put a hold on money spent to the WHO. We're going to put a very powerful hold on it, and we're going to see.
There's no argument that this latest strain of coronavirus originated in China. But Trump has disputed whether enough was done early enough. And that's attracted criticism that he's just trying to deflect from problems in his own country. Chinese authorities were first alerted to unusual cases of pneumonia at the end of last year by a doctor who eventually died from it. The following day, China told the WHO about the cases in the city of Wuhan. The cause of the illness was eventually identified as a new type of coronavirus. By the middle of January, the WHO said there was no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus. It only declared the outbreak a global emergency on January the 30th, when cases had been detected in 18 other countries. This is the man attracting most of the criticism from the US government. The WHO's Director General was backed by China when he was elected 3 years ago and opposed by the US. Washington says he's too close to Beijing and has been protecting the authorities there. He went to the Chinese capital in January and commended the government's handling of the crisis.
I will praise China again and again because its actions actually helped in reducing the spread of coronavirus to other countries.
The issue has been complicated by the involvement of Taiwan. It's not a WHO member because of objections from China, which claims the island as its own. Taiwan alleges the WHO ignored its early requests for information, as Taiwan grew suspicious that China was not being completely open about its outbreak. The WHO has denied any wrongdoing, and the Director General says he believes racist insults against him had originated in Taiwan.
谭赛德干事长他未经查证，无端地对台湾进行不实的指控，不仅与事实不符，也对我国的政府跟人民造成严重的伤害。类此污蔑的行为极不负责。我国政府严正的要求谭赛德干事长应该要立刻更正他毫无根据的指控。
The WHO is part of the UN and has been credited with leading the elimination of smallpox. It's been praised for its handling of the SARS outbreak and has given plenty of warnings about COVID-19.
We're concerned that in some countries, the level of political commitment and the actions that demonstrate that commitment do not match the level of the threat we all face. This is not a drill. This is not the time to give up. This is not a time for excuses. This is a time for pulling out all the stops.
It was another 2 weeks after those comments that California issued a stay-at-home order, the first state in the US to do so. Since then, New York has become the worst-hit state.
Good morning.
The government there is still urging the president to do more to source supplies and change his mindset about quickly reopening the economy.
President said it's a war. It is a war. Well, then act like it's a war.
But as American streets remain empty and the death toll increases, the answer about who's at fault may not be answered for some time. The WHO has called for the crisis not to be politicised and has urged everyone to work together. That plea may not be heard by everyone.